The next what we see is a filter chart of the funnel chart. What does funnel chart do? Funnels help us visualize a process that has stages and item flow sequentially from one stage to another. Use a funnel when there is a sequential flow between the stages such as sales process, leads, ends, purchase fulfillment. So if you look at it, let me show this to you that a product went from lead to procure to qualified prospect to committed and then part of the transaction. So from lead to transaction, all the different stages are covered in this, wherein you get a leads worth 50K, currently prospects are 30K, qualified at 20K, final out of 50K, only 55K got converted. This gives you an idea as in where the funnel is going. This is ideally a sales funnel. These are the different stages. So whenever you have a data in which a particular column has multiple stages, it can be moving in a sequential order internally, and you know that order as is it sold, is it pre-sales, is it order fulfillment, is it return. So that would be a typical product life cycle wherein it would be from procurement, then sales, pre-sales, then sales, then order fulfillment, and probably returns. Together will give you a complete picture of every product. In this scenario, you can use the funnel chart. Unfortunately, today I do not have that kind of data with me, but please remember, when something inherently moves in a sequential assembly line fashion, you can effectively make a use of funnel charts. What are the properties you need to give? There is a property known as group. So basically you can group. The group concept of BI can be used over here. Value and tooltips. So after the group, what value are you projecting? So for every group there would be same value. This is the same price what we are going through for this sequential process. And tooltips is any additional information. Remember, when the data is sequential and moves through at least 4 stages is when you should ideally use funnel chart. So this in itself makes it a very rarely used chart. Nonetheless, it is equally important as the other visualization, but however, you would have to take care of these things before using the funnel chart. When the number of items in the first stage is expected to be greater than the final stage, as we see, there are many leads compared to the conversion. That also means it's more towards a higher volume to a lower volume game. To calculate potential revenue, sales and deals etc. by stages. So this will help you identify at what stage and what volume is lying so that you can effectively move your workforce or your decision towards those lagging pieces. To calculate track conversion and retention rates. So in this typical chart, I showed you lead to transaction. So lead to transaction ratio can be compared as a separate case, but this will help you track it visually. To reveal the bottlenecks in the linear process, ideally the funnel should be a vertical V shape. If something is over large or bulkier than the row above, that means there is a bottleneck in the process. This is inherent understanding of this chart. To track a shopping cart workflow, this is an example. Shopping cart workflow has many options such as how many people are on the web page, how many people have a value in the cart, how many people are adding more values, how many people have completed the transaction, how many people did not complete the transaction. Something of that sort can be taken care with this funnel. To track the progress and success of click-through advertising, like this is effectively used in Google Ads configuration manager. Can be pinned from report and from Q&A. So this can be pinned from a report to and from Q&A onto the dashboard. It can be sorted, supports multiple funnels, can be highlighted and cross-filtered by other visualization. This is true for almost most of the visualizations. Can be used to highlight and cross-filter other visualization. What this means is if you select one particular item, that values corresponding item can be shown in rest of the charts on the screen. So for this, there is no visualization as such, but we'll try to attempt one. So there we are. Now, what if I tell you, let's take a new visualization. Let's take this funnel chart and let's minimize a bit and try to see what is the best option which we can use based on dates. Let's make it something known as date. So if I have a date range by any chance, I do not have a date range over here. So let's take care about employees. And if I say, let's say title, it has this title, and let's say first name, if that is the value. And if I make it a funnel, it is not accepting because it's not correctly mentioned. If I have to make a funnel of something, let's take invoices, let's take customer name, let's take discount probably. But since it is different data, it can't be shown. The idea is I do not have that master data over here, so we'll refrain from getting into that discussion right now.